Just so you know, I am totally off script. And so I might be making a little bit of mistakes here and there, so on and so forth. So just bear with me. Anyway, I'm sure you've all seen that viral video that's going around. There was an incredibly large white man, 6'5", I believe 250 pounds, that basically knocked out an 11-year-old black girl who was probably maybe 5 feet, 5'2", and maybe not more than 90 pounds. She looked very, very thin. But anyway, what really disturbs me is that a lot of people were happy that the girl got punched, and that's really based on ignorance. And there it really is no excuse for him to punch her, and there's really no excuse for people to think it was the right thing for him to do. That's pretty much stupid. But anyway, I don't really want to get into that too much because there's something else that I think is very, very important. Now, you can call it blaming the victim. I am not doing that because, again, I think he was wrong for punching her. But what I'm really, really concerned about is this attitude that I've seen among black women, whether growing up, from middle school, high school, and even up through adulthood. Now, I want to make it clear I do not believe that the majority of black women are this way. I really believe that it's, a small number of us, but even, a small number of people can make a lot of noise. But anyway, why is it that some of us feel that we can or that we should brawl with men, contrary to popular belief? Black women are women, just like women of all races, and we are generally nowhere near as strong as men are for the most part. So I think that it's very, very important for black women to realize that men basically aren't our friends. There's a lot of hatred of black women out there, and contrary to popular belief, especially among BWE circles, it's not just black men; it's men of all races many men of all races hate black women. Let me just put it that way. So, what should we do with that information? Black women have to be very, very careful when we get into these conflicts with men. Again, since many of them do hate us, they are looking for any excuse at all to do harm to us. So we really, really have to be very, very careful. Don't get in their faces. Don't try to fight them because 9 times out of 10, they can hurt you and they can also kill you. So, try to avoid men as much as possible if you can. But if you are in these conflicts, just call the police. Don't worry if it's a black guy, don't worry about that. Just call the police if you're in a conflict. I mean, even if it's a white man or another non-black man, just call the police. Don't get into any physical altercations with men because it will not end well for you for the most part. But why do black women do this? I think since a lot of among us were molested, maybe raped, and victims of intimate partner violence. We're looking for this power. Um, we want to feel powerful against our aggressors. And a lot of times I really believe that that's why black women are acting out that way. I don't think it's because we're inherently bad or violent. We're pretty much looking for the power that, we feel we don't have. And that's pretty much what it all boils down to. How do I know that? I was one of those women. I used to think nothing of trying to get into or being willing to get into a brawl with a man, and when I was in school with a boy. So I pretty much have that kind of an insight into it. So I'm very curious to hear what you all think. Let me know why you think black women tend to have this attitude of brawling with men or trying to challenge men. And again, I am not saying that all or most, and I hope that nobody else does either because that's just nothing but bigotry. So tell me what you think. Sound off.